Bambi.
So one of our employees just reported sexual harassment, and I don't even have a policy on how to deal with this. What do I do?
Talk to Bambi.
One of our people never shows up when they're supposed to. What are my options?
Talk to Bambi. With Bambi, get access to your own dedicated HR manager starting at just $99 per month. They're available by phone, email, and real-time chat, so onboarding and terminations run smoothly. Team members reach peak performance, and your business stays compliant with changing HR regulations. And with Bambi's HR Autopilot, you'll automate important HR practices like setting policies, training, and feedback. HR managers can easily cost $80 grand a year, but Bambi starts at $99 per month. Start your free conversation today to see how much Bambi can take off your... Visit Bambi.com and type Fox News under radio when you sign up. Spelled BAM, BEE.com, Fox News Radio.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are scary years. Dot-com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/news. netsuite.com/news.
Travel is back. Let Gate 1 Travel show you more of the world for less with the peace of mind and ease of escorted tours and river cruises. Book now and save 20% on your next tour to Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Gaze at the sparkling Eiffel Tower. Float in the salty waters of the Dead Sea. Watch a colorful African sunset. Don't wait. Book today. Find your next adventure at gate1travel.com and save 20% with code SX20. That's SX20. Offer expires December 31st and valid for escorted land tours and river cruises.
When President Biden announced that WNBA star Brittany Griner had been freed from a Russian prison camp months in exchange for notorious Russian arms dealer Victor Bout, a media debate instantaneously erupted.
Cannabis oil thing for the merchant of death who smuggled hundreds of thousands of arms. It doesn't seem like a fair deal, does it?
It's not even close. It's not a fair deal at all.
It is a high price to pay, and unfortunately, when you're negotiating with pay a high price.
I spoke about this and other hot topics with Martha McCallum, anchor of The Story, daily at 3 Eastern, here in Washington. Martha McCallum, welcome.
Hi, Howie. Great to be here.
The whole country is happy and relieved that Brittany Griner is back in America, but it took about 5 seconds for a partisan debate to erupt over whether this was a good prisoner swap for the Russian arms dealer Victor Bout, known as the merchant. And you covered this.
You know, this is exactly right. I mean, it frustrates us so much when we see an American citizen being taken around, a Russian prison, being in a Russian courtroom. We feel a loss of control. How could this be happening to an accused or accused of something that is such a minor offense that they should not be spending 9 years in a Russian work prison? The problem comes when you look at who Americans, you want to just say, no, we don't want to give anything, actually. We want our person back because she did something that is very minor and has been overcharged. You want the rightness to be what prevails.
But it's Vladimir Putin.
Exactly. We see this person,
right,
Victor Bout, who has just, basically fueled civil wars with arms on both sides of the battle and is responsible of who knows how many thousands of people around.
Those who say it's a lopsided deal are right. On the other hand, does the Biden administration then leave Brittany Griner to rot in a Russian penal colony for years on a matter of principle? It's not an easy question.
No, it's not. It's not at all. And it reminds me in some ways of Bo Bergdahl, who was traded for 5 members of the Taliban.
Right.
And you have to go forward and scroll forward a bit. 4 of them are now in leadership positions in the Taliban, where they're now executing people again in public squares.
So President Biden, as you know, drew a fair amount of media criticism, most of it on the right, when he was in Arizona and was asked about why he wasn't going to the border. Here's the question from Peter.
Why
want the president to go to the border so that they can spend a couple of news cycles attacking his administration's claims that the border is secure, which are
I always sort of look for a president in this situation to do the unexpected. To go to the border.
To call an audible.
And to talk to some of the members of the Border Patrol there. I think it would go such a long way in mending some of these cases. But there's a lot of bad blood that could be repaired. Also, priority for you. These drugs are pouring across the border, and it's a very, very tough situation. I really think the president, he's had some wins. He could say, you know what, I'm going to meet them halfway. I'm going to go to the border. We're going to talk about this.
We'll see if he takes your advice. Now, in the wake of Herschel Walker's defeat in the Georgia runoff, the fifth of Senate candidates backed by Donald Trump, MAGA candidates who lost key battle. There's an unusually fierce debate going on right now within the Republican Party, within the conservative movement. Some blaming Trump, some blaming Mitch McConnell, some blaming others. Is it more challenging to cover that because it's not the usual left-right split? It's a pretty intense fight within the GOP.
Take a look at Georgia, actually, in an answer to that question, where you have a lot of Republicans who won in state legislature positions. The governor won, right? So in that example, you say, maybe Walker was the problem. Maybe the candidate was the problem. And yes, we know that the former president really pushed him to run. His ledger is not good on these high-profile races. I know they say when you look at the numbers, he won a lot of races.
Yeah.
That what people care about are what matters.
Control of the Senate. That was what this was all about.
I think for all of the Republicans who talked up this red win, I would say you might want to consider under-promising and over-delivering, because what they gave people this time around was the opposite, which leaves people